Hey everyone, welcome to Drone News Now. We're here in Santa Cruz, California as we just attended Skydio's Ascend 25 conference. And in all honesty, I think today actually marks a pivot in the drone industry. Skydio is doing things that no other drone manufacturer really has done before. And I know that might come as a surprise to many of you, but it really shouldn't shock you. We're talking about Skydio offering dock systems, handoff systems, so you're not just flying one drone at one time, you're flying 4, 8, and even up to 30 drones. These beyond visual line of sight operations that they're empowering with their dock and their system are some of the most complex that we've seen year to date. That being said, they also launched a really cool prototype with a new RTOL, or robotic takeoff and landing. This is a fixed wing drone that actually had a robotic arm come out of a Tesla Cybertruck to autonomously deploy and autonomously fly around and land right back on that robotic arm. It was probably one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen. Now that's a prototype, probably won't see that for another year. But what we did see is Skydio's newest drone, the R10, which comes in at about $6,000, which is the cheapest American drone that we have seen. Well, at least we've seen this year. We've seen it in a long time. That said, this drone is a lot like an Avata 2, except it has Skydio's autonomous obstacle avoidance system leading the charge. It also comes with lights, and it also has other accessories with it. What's really impressive is that this particular Cinewhoop drone will now be able to fly off of LTE and radio and combine those signals for the best reliability possible. This really expands how far away you can fly these drones. They may not replace things like the Helios 3 simply because that has LiDAR on it. But coming in at $6,000 is pretty cheap. And yes, there are other expenses with it if you want more features. And yes, there are subscriptions, but they're not necessary. That being said, we're excited to see what Skydio does. But in all honesty, this is a new turning point for the industry as a whole. And while many of you are upset with DJI, and I would be too, honestly, the future of the drone industry looks a lot more autonomous, at least from what we were shown here this week. It's a great segue into our next news show. Many of you were excited for the Mini 5 Pro coming out, and DJI tried to steal the thunder the same morning at almost the same time as Skydio's release, but they didn't really steal any thunder whatsoever because the Mini 5 Pro is not available in the United States. It does make you wonder why, as some reports claim that essentially they are not complying with the customs and immigration laws regarding forced labor to create certain assets. I will say this, I'm scratching my head because right now we know the Osmo Nano will be coming out next week. I also have insider sources that say stores are already stocking that camera. So why can they import the camera, but not the drone? We've also already seen Mini 5 Pros available on eBay, and it's gonna be really interesting. Albeit some other comments I've already seen on X on our account say they're not excited for the Mini 5 Pro because there's no adjustable aperture, which does make a lot of sense. In our other piece of news, remember the pilot, the old guy who flew his drone miles away and hit the firefighting aircraft, the Super Scooper? Well, he was sentenced this week to a $156,000 restitution payment, 2 weeks in prison, and a month on house arrest. In all honesty, this is sending a message to drone pilots that you can't just go do whatever you want. It's been one wild week in drone news, and honestly, I'm curious what you have to say. So leave a comment below and let me know what you think about all this. I know a lot of you are not happy with the DJI and American drone situation. I get it, I totally understand. But if Kia stopped making cars in the US, would that really stop you from driving? Probably not. I think today and this week marks an evolution in the industry that a lot of us did not see coming. And I recommend really checking out the Skydio keynote to really get a full sense of what is coming. All that to be said, no, I wasn't paid by Skydio. That'll do it for the show.